What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Put a Ring on It, season 3, episode 10. Um, so look, listen, we with Dr. Nicole, like I said last week. Otis and Charlie are going on their spite dates because the only reason why they're going on those dates is to spite each other because they are petty like that. Um, um, Fonzo and Shay are going to go on a date with each other, and Kenneth and Shorty are going to work on their relationship as well. We're going to get to that part. The ladies are going on, they're going to go try on wedding gowns. Now, listen, this is the third season of this show, and the scene with the three ladies trying on their wedding gowns was probably the most uninspired that I have ever seen. None of them act like they really cared. None of them act like they really, like, it really meant anything to them. Shorty point blank said, I'm not interested in trying on no wedding gowns because I know that I ain't about to get married. So, and then when she did try on her gown, she was like, I know I'm gonna make a beautiful bride. I don't know what the marriage is gonna look like. And she was like, we're not ready for this. Like, we're just not ready for this step in our relationship. Shay, of course, is, well, she said that her and Fonzo have definitely come a long way, but she really needs him to keep going and really needs this family thing to be blended. Charlie is the only one that seemed like she got emotional and she really, got worked up when she saw herself in her wedding dress. And her dress was actually my favorite dress that they tried on. Shorty's was my least favorite. Now, I liked Shay's dress from the waist up. I did not like that bottom, but the top was gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, it was an uninspired moment for me. I don't know about y'all, but it just was real uninspired. So then we saw Fonzo and Shay go on their date. It was cute. They had their little date night. They was flirting or whatever. He got her flowers. He said that he really feels like they learned a lot from the process, that he feels like they, it's going to help their relationship. And, he knows that he needs to call, and he's got to call the mother of his son and put some groundwork in place and really set the tone. And he said he's ready to do it. He's ready to make the phone call and he's ready to get it over with and all that. So they're in a better place. They're definitely in a better place than where this process started. Otis goes out on his date, and listen, this, in my opinion, was disrespectful to the whole process. Like, I know these people sign up knowing that they're going on dates with people that are in whole relationships, but he was just rude to her because he didn't want to be there. He wasn't interested in being there. He didn't want to be there. He didn't have nothing to talk to her about. He couldn't even fake it till he make it. The only reason why he went out on that date with that girl was to spite Charlie. The ladies, the woman was like, on the last day, he seemed like he was a little open. We had, good conversation. She said this time it's like a wall is up. It's like he's sort of just ignoring me. And, he got up to go get food. He came back and it just was cold. It was very cold. Like, I would have left. I'm gonna be honest. I'd have been like, well, you clearly don't want to be here. Your mind is somewhere else. You got something going on. It's cool. Deuces. Like, I would have been out. Okay. Then Charlie goes on her date with Chris, little Chris Brown, and he's still talking that same talk. Like, what Otis said, you might not like what Otis said, but Otis wasn't too far off the mark. All this man is talking about is him and getting you away from your man and y'all being together and all of that. Like, it was uncomfortable. Like, Charlie's date with old boy was uncomfortable to watch. But Otis's date was uncomfortable to watch, but for different reasons. Like, Charlie's date was uncomfortable to watch because this dude is clearly just trying to get in her pants. Otis's date was uncomfortable to watch because because he didn't want to be there and he was being rude to that woman. Anyway, they went on their little dates. She told him that she was just there for closure and blah, 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 blah. Child, don't nobody need no closure. Like, what you closing? Like, I hate to agree with Otis, but on this one, I was with Otis. What you closing? Anyway, so then we see Fonzo call the mother of his child. Now, what I walked away from that conversation with is a couple of things. The first thing I walk away from is she's still bitter about whatever went down between her and Fonzo. I ain't say she still wanted him. I ain't say she was still trying to be with him. I said she's still bitter about what happened and how it happened. He admits that he did it wrong. He handled it wrong. He said, I just kind of, kicked you to the curb and left you hanging. She was like, yep, you did. It sounds, well, I already said this to y'all. I said that there was overlap. And it sounds like there was. It sounds like there was some overlap between him and Shay getting together and him ending a relationship with this woman. It was sort of confirmed in that conversation. He was apologizing, said that he's been, seeing somebody to try to work through this, and, he's sorry he didn't handle it better, but he really wants to try to find a space where they can all just basically kumbaya. He said he's in a committed relationship. Now people were saying he never said Shay's name, which he didn't. I don't think I heard it, but I don't know. That didn't really hit me no kind of way that he didn't say Shay's name. Because my thing is, he's telling her that he's in a committed relationship with somebody. That's the important part of that sentence for me. But she just seemed like she wasn't really trying to hear it. She wasn't really trying to be cool with them moving into a different space, moving into a better space or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's one conversation. The one thing she said was she didn't believe him. She felt like he was just saying, going up, just saying whatever needed to be said. Because I'm sure she knew she was on camera. I'm sure she knew they were filming the show. So she didn't feel like he meant anything that he said, that he was just going through the motions. But here's the thing. The best apologies is change behavior. So, Fonzo, you're going to have to walk it like you talk it. You didn't ask her. You didn't apologize. You've acknowledged what you did wrong in the past. So now, what's important is how you move forward and the consistency in your behavior with Shay and with her moving forward. I want to hear the conversation with the mama. That's the conversation I want to hear. So there was that. Then we get to Shorty and Kenneth. Listen. They went on a date where they went to, I have never in my life heard of no shit like this before. And it is the biggest racket. I wish I had thought of it. Because they went to couples yoga. Where you learn how to cuddle. The point where I have to go to a yoga class to learn how to cuddle with my man. That's the point where we are in a lot more trouble than I thought we were in. When I have to learn how to cuddle with my man. So anyway, they're at this cuddling session and the instructor leaves them alone so they could cuddle. And they get to talking about their relationship. And Shorty wants a plan from Kenneth. Listen, I don't know what their financial arrangement was in the past. I don't know what kind of bills Kenneth paid in the past. I don't know why Shorty is so hung up on what Kenneth is going to do financially to this relationship. What I can deduce from what I have seen and what I think is Kenneth is not pulling his weight from the point of view of Shorty. What Shorty wants from him. What Shorty needs from him. Kenneth ain't doing it. And as a result of Kenneth not doing it, Shorty now is not comfortable in the space that they're in, and she needs him to reassure her. Kenneth could not answer those questions. She was like, I just need to know the plan. What is the plan? I'm not saying that it needs to change today. I'm not saying that it has to be perfect. I'm not saying that I expect you to be giving me $5,000 on the first of every month. What I'm saying is, right now, what we're doing isn't working for me, and I need a plan. And Kenneth could only tell her, I just need you to believe in me. I need you to know that I have a plan. She was like, well, what does that plan look like? I need you to know that I have a plan. Just can't you just believe that I got a plan? What does the plan look like? Now, she wasn't raising her voice. She wasn't being rude. She really was just trying to have the conversation. And he was getting flustered and he was getting irritated because he didn't have an answer. And then he tried, he started trying to, love bomb her. I love you, baby. You the one for me. Da-da-da-da-da, yada, 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 boo-da-boo-da-boo. And Shorty wasn't going for it. So that turned into a whole situation. The instructor came in and made them hug, but I don't feel like neither one of them felt no kind of way about that hug. So what we found out was that later on that night, they got on the conversation again about whether they felt like they were ready to get married. And according to Shorty, Kenneth was ready to get married. He wanted to get married tomorrow. And Shorty was like, well, we're not ready for that. Like, you can't even give me your plan for the future. We are not ready to get married. So where the cameras pick up is after they have had this conversation. Kenneth is drinking. He is already, in my opinion, already drunk. Shorty is sitting on the couch, and Kenneth basically is like, listen, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of her talking to me crazy. I'm sick of her embarrassing me on national television. I'm sick of her making it seem like I ain't done nothing in this relationship for the last 3 years. So you know what? I'm 2 tears in the bucket. And he lets it all hang out. I mean, he talking to her crazy. He getting in her face. He didn't call her ugly. He didn't call her stupid. You know, he said, I lowered you ain't even my type. You ain't the kind of person I normally rock with. He told her point blank she was ugly. I mean, he is drinking straight out the bottle. He doing cartwheels in the living room. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was really ridiculous. At one point, the producer actually had to step in and tell him to get out of her face. And she was like, all right, well, you know what? Since this is how you really feel, you can go ahead and pack your shit and you can leave. Now, he had already said in the confessional that she was going to put him out because he said that's what she always does. So, I know what she going to do. Her playbook is, it's going to be time. She going to put me out, which is what she did. Baby, she gave him a suitcase, talking about something. You know what? You can have my suitcase. Just get your stuff. She done put stuff in trash bags. Talking about something. You can leave the same way you came. You came over here in trash bags. You can leave in trash bags. I was like, what in the hell? Then after all that, he gonna say, we're gonna be friends. I guarantee you that. We gonna be friends. What? Then he say, I mean, yeah, I'll probably call her tomorrow. I mean, that's what I do. So you confirm that y'all have this unhealthy cycle, because Shorty said the same thing. She was like, nope, not this time. Not this time. And she said, I always take him back. We always end up getting back together. So you confirm that this is a cycle that y'all get into, that this is an unhealthy cycle that y'all just go through the motions round and round and round. And it was ugly. Like, I mean, by the end of it, she had his shit outside the door in trash bags. He had his little book bag. He had a suitcase. And then he had some trash bags. And he was drunk as a good old skunk. I hope he ain't drive, because he was drunk. Okay? It was hard to watch. It really was, because all I kept thinking to myself was, what happens if the cameras are not there? Like, how far would this have gone? How far has it gone in the past when the cameras are not there? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.